Alright, what's going on guys? Gino checking back here for another video today, and in this video I'm going to be bringing you guys through a full day of eating while I'm trying to lose some body fat and get shredded. So I'm 10 weeks out from my first ever natural bodybuilding competition, and I've now been cutting for about 7 weeks. Now I started my prep at 17 weeks out, so that now marks 7 weeks total of cutting and trying to lose body fat. And I'm already seeing a lot of visible shreds coming in, so I figured it'd be a nice idea to bring you guys through my whole entire day of eating, show you guys all the meals that I eat, the macros that I have to hit, and so forth. Now my diet is pretty simple. I have some staples in my diet that I've had for a pretty long time, but there is some logic behind certain meals that I eat and the macronutrient goals that I have to hit. So I'll go more in depth about that later on in this video. So my current macros are 325 grams of carbs, 70 grams of fat, and 190 grams of protein, and that comes down to 2700 calories. Now my calories have only dropped from 2800 calories, which was a 25 gram of carb decrease, and ever since that I've just been adding cardio in order to increase my deficit, which allows me to lose more fat while still eating a quite substantial high amount of calories. So I'm currently doing around 1400 calories of cardio per week. So in basic words, I'm hitting 4 sessions per week in which I burn 350 calories. Now that takes me about anywhere between 35 minutes to about 45 minutes, depending on the speed that I hit on the elliptical. Now I'm choosing to do a little bit more cardio instead of dropping the calories to increase the deficit, since as I'm doing a competition prep, I will have to dig deep into my body fat, and I could choose to just simply lower the calories and be a lazy bum, but I want to keep my metabolism running as high and efficient as possible. And instead of dropping the calories and doing some metabolic damage or potential metabolic damage, I'm simply choosing to do some extra cardio. Cardio is just a momentary suffering, or however you want to call it, and decreasing my calories will lead to me having more hunger throughout the day, and hunger can cause some stress on the body. At least that is what it is for me. So I just chose to do some more cardio and keep my macros the same. So without further ado, let's start today at 7 AM or 7:03. I just woke up and it's time for me to head to the gym again to train a client, and then afterwards I have 40 minutes of cardio. I'm actually burning 350 calories of cardio instead of my 250 calories 3 times a week. So currently I'm doing 350 calories and then 4 times a week. So it's a little bit longer, but I can eat the same amount of calories. I'm just choosing to do the cardio since cardio is just a small moment of the day that you burn a lot of calories. And since I love food, I like to keep my calories as high as possible. So quick morning look, 7 AM. Still getting a lot leaner luckily, so but the legs still need a bit of work, since those are always the last for me to lean out. Alright, so I just came back from the gym, hence the messy hair. Just did, let me see, 37 minutes of cardio, so it only took me 37 minutes to burn 350 calories, so I guess you could say I upped the intensity. But anyways, I'm still fasted and did quite a bit of cardio, so I'm freaking hungry. It's time for me to make some breakfast. Now, if you've been watching the channel for a longer time, I won't have to spoil anything because you'd probably already know. But before we eat, alright, so for breakfast I have my all bran bowl with 70 grams of all bran, 20 grams of cacao powder, 40 grams of whey, 2 bananas, which comes down to 230 grams, and 400 milliliters of skimmed milk, 2 slices of bread with 30 grams of Nutella, a morning coffee with some sweetener, already second coffee, but and water to get hydrated. There's a really annoying hair. So I quickly wanted to touch on my cardio. So as I told you guys, I did my cardio fasted, so I didn't eat anything before I went to the gym, did my cardio, and then came home and hit the first meal of the day. Now there is no single fat loss benefit or basically any other benefit to doing fasted cardio. The cardio is just a tool. Whether you do it fasted or not, that will not have any influence on your fat loss or make you lose any more fat because you're in a fasted state or whatever. Your body does not run on a 24-hour clock, so it's not that when you wake up you have zero glycogen, zero food in your system. It's still in your system. Your body still has the energy stored from the day prior. So it's not the case that you're purely burning through your fat stores, or however the bro scientists want to call it. It's not mumbo jumbo, guys. It's just a easy and convenient way for me to hit my cardio and then hit my workout later in the day without having to do cardio afterwards. So don't stress it, it's just a moment. So right now I'm going to be doing some client work. Now I have some check-ins to do today since it's Friday, and I have a couple of clients that check in on Friday, so I'm going to be doing those. If you're interested in hiring me as your online coach, go to the website ginobrouwers.com and we'll start working on your goals together. And for my supplement intake, I take 2 capsules of omega-3 fish oil, 1 multivitamin, 1 tablet of magnesium citrate, so not normal magnesium or magnesium oxide, but magnesium citrate, which is a lot better absorbed by the human body, and I'll actually link a study right here, and a tablet of green tea extract. And I take some vitamin D3 with it. Alright, so for this one you might think that I'm a bit weird, but don't knock it till you try it. Alright, trust me on this one. So, you have the bowl of quark with frozen fruit. And we have a cup of coffee. Now what if I told you that this is actually freaking delicious? If there's anybody out there who is actually willing to try this, let me know in the comments down below. And if you actually try it, you're welcome. Alright, so for the second meal of today I have 500 grams of quark, which is around 45 grams of protein, 150 grams of mixed frozen berries, 4 rice cakes in total with 20 grams of peanut butter for the fats and the carbs, another coffee of course, and some water to stay hydrated. Let's get it, pre-workout meal. Alright guys, so I'm back from the gym. Workout went great, had a great pump, felt a little bit flat, but hey, that's the name of the game. So it's time to fuel up on some carbs and have the post-workout meal. So what I'm having right here is 250 grams of broccoli, 350 grams of white cooked potatoes, and 180 grams of chicken. It's a kind of a bro meal, but trust me, it gets the job done. And not necessarily because it's a clean meal, but more in the sense of, you know, it fills me up and it keeps me satiated for a long time. I can actually eat this meal and not be hungry for like a couple of hours. And if I were to eat, let's say rice for example, I don't really get that full feeling for the amount of carbs that I'm sacrificing. So I really like this meal. Like I said, it fills me up because the potatoes take up a lot of space in my belly. So right now it's time to eat. Alright, before I forget, I actually put a little bit cream sauce on top of the broccoli. And of course I'll track the macros. And of course, not to forget, I keep on forgetting things, sriracha. Alright, so I did some more work on the computer and I'm nearly finished, but it's time for the last meal of the day and I'm capping off the macros. So, as I said in the beginning of this video, my diet is very simple and this meal will show you guys that it's actually really freaking simple. To everyone that actually follows my Instagram, you would already know the moral of this story, but I like dipping my rice cakes in my bowl of quark. Do not knock it till you try it. Trust me. Anyway, I have, let me see, 4 rice cakes with 28 grams of peanut butter in total. I have 1 mandarin and 300 grams of quark. Oh.
Listen, he did the line mandarin about 4 times because he couldn't say the word mandarin. I'm so over this.
Trust me, the life of a YouTuber isn't always sunshine and rainbows, and we have to do multiple takes. It's just part of the game. I have 1 mandarin. I have 1 mandarin and 300 grams. I have 1 mandarin and 300 grams. So the total macros for the day are 196 grams of protein, which is a bit over, but I like to utilize the plus or minus 5 grams rule. But this is actually 1 gram over, but 328 grams of carbs and 68 grams of fat, which is a little bit under, but it kind of compensates for the 1 gram over on protein. And it comes down to about 2700 calories. As you could have seen in the video, I eat a lot of rice cakes and there is no single fat loss benefit or anything like that to rice cakes, but I eat it for the simple fact that it fills me up. You know, cutting and losing body fat in general all comes down to you controlling the amount of hunger that you have and being able to sustain a calorie deficit for a long time until you're satisfied with the aesthetics and the shreds that you have. So I eat these since, like I said, they fill me up. And the same goes for the all bran and the potatoes. They fill me up, they keep me satiated, they are filled with fiber. And as you guys may or may not know, fiber does tend to keep you satiated for a long period of time. So there's not a special magical benefit to any of these foods other than the fact that it simply fills me up and it keeps me satiated. Alright, and that is all for this full day of eating. I sincerely hope you guys enjoyed. And also, quick shameless plug, be sure to follow me on Instagram because I am very active on the social. Leave a comment down below on what you liked and what you would like to see next. Subscribe to the channel for so much more content coming really soon. I'm out, guys, and peace out. See you in the next one.